Hello everyone, this is the Moose, and today I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the Moosenomics spreadsheet available exclusively to premium golf content subscribers at Project Roto. Every week when you're building your DFS golf lineups, you want to know who's playing well recently, so who's in good form, current form, who's played well at this course, who's got good course history or course form, and what type of golfers am I looking to target so that I can set my lineups apart and find the right values and get the right players going. Every week people on tour play on a different course, and every course is different. It suits different types of people. You may read that, this week this is a course for bombers, or this is a course for people who are hitting greens in regulation. And so what Moosenomics allows you to do is it allows you to create your own kind of custom stat, and allows you to weigh that with their current form and their course history so that you can build your own custom power rankings, which is really the powerful part of this tool. So every week we update this. And over here on the left, you'll see we've got a list of all the players that are in the field and their DraftKings pricing. We also list their odds, which I get from oddschecker.com. Sometimes that'll help you identify some values to people that Vegas thinks has got a real good chance, but for whatever reason is very underpriced on DraftKings. Then as we go down the sheet here, we'll list out the last 6 weeks of tournaments that each player's been in. So here you can see Jason Day's been on fire. He was first at the BMW, was first at Barclays, took first at the PGA Championship, had T12 at WGC at Bridgestone. So then here, this is going to be the last 5 years at that tournament. So in this case, this is the Tour Championship. So you can see here, this is how that person's done. Each player's done in the last five years. All that comes up to create their course form. So if I want to sort this spreadsheet here by the people who've played best at this tournament, I can just go here, smallest to largest. And now we've got a totally different ranking here. It's showing Henrik Stenson's got the best course form, and followed by Paul Casey and Rory McIlroy. Now here you'll see that both Stenson and Casey have only played in one tournament, which is also why we list that out here. But all that information is good to know, so you can see that, okay, this is kind of how their course form works. Current form is the same thing, only that's going to be based on this information over here. I can also sort that smallest to largest. And as I'm going through this, I can always update over here. I have this own percent column where I'll fill in the number of what percentage exposure do I want to each of these players. And I'll get to that in a little bit here. Then here we've got this weighted stat rank. And this is kind of the cool part here. So sorry for the shakiness of this camera here, but let's say on any given week we want to target, let's say this week we want to target bombers that are good at scrambling and let's see, good at scrambling and are good par 5 scorers. So it looks like I've got tee to green. I always keep that good, but let's say for the purpose of this, let's only give this a 25% weight. And as I do that, you'll notice here that this weighted stat's going to move as soon as I hit enter. It didn't move much because I didn't change much here, but now let me just throw in a number here to make a better example of that. So now there we go. Now you can see those moving over down around here. Let me move that again. Let's see there. They're changing that, and so it's now changing up how those are ranked. So this is my current stat ranking. Looks like I've only got 90% applied here, so I might want to go and give something else. Oh yeah, I said I wanted to target par 5 scores, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put 10% on par 5 scores. Look, now all of a sudden my rankings here changed. Now I've got, looks like my 3 and 4 slot just moved around. Another great thing about the spreadsheet here, as you can see as I'm going through here, every single one of these columns is filterable. If I want to just find who hits the ball the farthest, sort by their sort smallest to largest. Now we got a list of those, and again I can go target those guys specifically. Well, let's go back over here. So then once I've got all that done and I've applied all my weights, and as you can see I've done that here, I can go down here and I can choose how much I want to weight. And so this week, let's say I want to apply more weight to course form because it looks like it's important that people have been here and played before. They've been at the Tour Championship. So I'm going to give that, bump this up to 15. I always think course form is like kind of the least important factor. I kind of like to use it more as a tiebreaker, so that's why I keep it more in that 15 to 10% range. Course form or current form is always more important than your stat form. Let's see, what do I got for percentage now? So I think I like that. I need to drop this down. I'm going to drop this down to 30%. So we're going to use my weighted stats, which is all the numbers that I've applied over there, and we're going to give that 30%. So we should be now at 100%. So again, so now, if I go sort this from smallest to largest, this is now my own custom power rankings based on who I think should play well at here. This is where you're really starting to see values here, because now we're seeing we got Bubba at 87, or Furyk, who's actually withdrawn, so is at 79, or Paul Casey. They're in their top 5, and they're not all in the double-digit range. So this is where you can really tweak the spreadsheet and get your own custom rankings and set your lineups apart. So as we've done this and we've gone through this, we're going to want to set just kind of ideal ownership percentages here. And everybody that you put a number here next to is going to go over onto your lineup manager sheet. And this is where you're going to be able to track to make sure that you're not like overexposed to anybody that you don't want to be. There's been times where I put lineups together not using this, and all of a sudden I own like 30% of Davis Love the Third, and like I don't know how that happened, but so anyway, so as I've filled that out, I'm going to go hit this update lineup manager, and then all those guys with numbers that I've popped in is going to come over here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste these guys, and I've already done this here, but into the lineup form here. And as I do that, we're going to track what percentage of all my lineups each guys are in and how many different lineups they're in. And so you'll see here that I didn't actually put everybody into a lineup. But then I can also come over here just like on the other page. Let's see who I'm hitting most up this week here. I'm going to sort largest to smallest. Looks like I got JB Holmes, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, Paul Casey. So, yep, those are the people that I'd anticipated spending the most on, even though I didn't put that number there. But forgive me, this is just a demo. This is not real life. And that's how you're doing it. I'll show you this too as you're filling these out. And again, I'm just copying and pasting these over here. So as I put together a lineup, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put him in here. And you'll see that this works just like on DraftKings. So as I put a guy in, it tells me how much I've spent, how much I have remaining, and how much I have left per player. So here I've got 8,500. Let's go grab Jason Day, and we'll throw him in. And I'm going to leave that here. So it said I had 8,500, but I'm going to leave that. Let's see if I can back up. And as I paste him in, you'll see that his percentage should change here from 31 to 38%. So, and there we go. That's where it's coming in at. And then I can just keep doing that on and fill that out. So now I've got proper player exposure for everybody. And right here, I've only got 10 lineups, or I got about 15 lineups actually. And so most of the time, people would have to go and, sorry for the shakiness here, people have to go and manually enter all these in together. But actually, RotoGrinders put together an extension for Chrome, which allows you to bulk upload those as long as you have these in a CSV. So let me show you what that is real quick before we put this together here. So as you can see here, I'm in Chrome. And when I go to the My Lineups page on DraftKings, when I've got this Chrome extension loaded, and I'll put a link to this to download this Chrome extension in at this video, you'll see I now get this button here that says Import Lineups. In order to do that, you need to have a CSV file built, and Moosenomics is going to build that for you. So here in the top right corner, you're going to see Generate CSV File. So I'm going to click that. It's going to ask me, are you sure that you want to build a CSV file so you can bulk upload? And I'm like, hell yes, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to click yes there. It's building that. Just put that together in a CSV format. I'm going to save this as lineups. And I'm going to save that to my desktop. Saving that to my desktop. And we're saving it to my desktop. I'm not sure why it's not. Is it frozen? I'm 9 minutes in this video, and I'm not going to do it again, so just bear with me here. Well, let's call it something else. I'm going to just file, save as. I want this to be CSV. I'll put this on my desktop. I'm going to call this lineups. Okay, that's why it's not letting me do this, because I already have one called lineups on there, so I'll call this lineups 2. Should have checked that before I was 10 minutes into a video. But lineups too. Yeah, and I'm just going to say yes, I don't care about that. So now that I've got that built, I can go over here back over to DraftKings. And now I'm going to click this Import Lineups button. And I'm going to select, I want to do this for the PGA tournament. I don't have headers in this row, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to choose my file. And let's go to my desktop. And there's my lineups too. I'm going to open this guy up. And then I'm going to say upload lineups. Here you go. Now it's going to start building all those lineups here. Look at that. No entering of anything in. Saving me all kinds of time. So now these aren't going to be assigned to any one contest. They're just going to be in there now. So I don't have to do that. Typically what I'll do is I'll open it up in the web app afterwards, or in the mobile app, and then I'll select like the GPP that I want to play in, and then I'll just say add all these lineups to the thing, and it'll tell me how much it'll cost me, and then we're done. But there we go, 15 lineups submitted. Close that up. And there we go. So it looks like it's signed up since, oops, there we go. But that is your quick rundown of Moosenomics spreadsheet, available exclusively to premium golf content subscribers on Project Roto. Hit me up on Twitter at the Moosenomics, or leave a comment on this video. Yeah, I'd hit me up on Twitter. I'm never going to look at the comments here. Have a good one, guys. Good luck.